No, do not attempt to adjust your screen. Yes, do not attempt to adjust your screen. You're seeing the wide view now. Good morning, folks. It is I, once again, Brandon the Broker, somebody that you're probably getting tired of seeing at this point. If you are, well, hi. If you aren't, why aren't you? Alright, so let's get into why we're here. I already shot this video once. I gotta kind of remember that now that I'm doing like this and not like this. Y'all don't see all of this happening, so I have to bring the hands up here, which kind of reminds me, stop talking about my damn hands so much. Anyway, the reason why we're reshooting this video again is because I shot it, well, I shot part of it, and then things kind of took a change in life. I kind of had a little bit of a epiphany, so to speak. So I was going into the video with the least thing first. The least thing first is, okay, I want to do wrestling and I want to do OCR racing. Spartan, Tough Mudder, DECA, stuff like that. Well, for those things, you need strength and endurance, strength, speed, endurance. And I plan on doing that 3 to 4 times a year. The transformation, the summer shredding, I'm only doing once a year, and probably only once. So do I really need to emphasize that, or should I emphasize the wrestling and obstacle course? And after a pretty good discussion with my great friend Google Gemini and ChatGPT, I came to the conclusion to prioritize one over the other, because I'm going to be in the transformation category. It's not about looking like C-Bum or Ronnie Coleman or any of those guys. It's just about getting out there. So because of that, I decided we're going to de-emphasize aesthetic and emphasize athletic. Anyway, so that changed how things are going to go. So we're not going with, so here's the thing. Even though it's going to come after this, we're not going to do Body for Life. We are going to do it at some point later on down the line, but for right now, Body for Life is on hold. But Bill Phillips, Back to Fit, is in. That'll be here in January. That's not right now. Right now is a mixture. It's a mixture of 2 programs. And one of them is the Chloe Ting 30-day 2025 weight loss challenge, and the other one is going to be the Shawn Phillips Strength for Life base camp. Now, why am I mixing these 2 together, and can these 2 be mixed together? The answer is yes, they technically can be mixed together, but the thing about it is this. What we're really trying to do is we're trying to build more of a cardio endurance before we get to muscular endurance. Can we do both at the same time? Yeah, but this is my channel. We're kind of overcomplicating shit. So that's what we love to do here, right? Now, before we go into anything, of course, as you remember, on this mirror behind me that you can't see because everything's facing me right now, we had a bunch of rules for 75 hard. And then we had rules for Gymshark 66. And now we're going to get into the rules for not just this phase, but also back to fit. And those rules are, number one, 90% compliance of all the daily rules. We will get into the daily rules in a minute if I wrote them down. Yes, I did. So 90% compliance, there's 10 rules. We got to hit 9 of them, or at least get as close to. Now, some of them are a little bit more out of our wheelhouse. Most of them are in our wheelhouse. So we'll come back to the 90% compliance in a minute. One new exercise per day. If you go into your Google Fit, there's a ton of exercises in there. You can come up with a lot of cardio ideas. Exercise, not workout, exercise. So if I do burpees, I can't put burpees in any other day. Well, I mean, you could, but it won't count as a new exercise. If I add in like rope climb, can't add that in as another one. So it's going to be important to come up with things as we go along. 7.5 hours of sleep average per week. As people probably know, I suck at sleeping, which is why sometimes some of the videos start at 2, 3 in the morning. Some videos start at 6 in the morning. Some videos are still going on to this day. That's 24 ounces. So the goal is to try to get to 7.5 per week. 7.5 hours a night per week. That's the goal. Lose 12 pounds total weight. I'm currently at 269.8. I'll weigh myself the day before this goes out, and that will be the starting weight. But the goal pretty much is to lose 12.5 pounds of fat and replace that with about 10 pounds of muscle. If I could lose 20 pounds of fat and then put on 8 pounds of muscle, God graciously amazing. But if not, just losing 12 pounds will be cool. 5 minutes straight carry of 80-pound bucket. Now, really, that should be a 100-pound bucket, but I think we can only get 80 pounds into a bucket. Now, the reason for that is because on Spartan, you have grip, and you have carry, of course. You have to do an Atlas stone carry. I think you have to do a bucket carry. You have to do a sandbag carry. On all of those, you need really good grip strength in order to make those happen for you. So because of that, it is important to get your, not just your grip strength, but your stamina, cardio stamina, to carry that weight a good way. Now, those are our goals. Now we have habits. And the habits we need to break is, the first one is active rest day syndrome. You guys probably noticed this in Gymshark 66. I would have a rest day. I needed to take a rest day, and I wouldn't take a rest day. You know, it would be like, okay, tomorrow we're going to take a rest day. And we had 17,000 steps. We got to break that habit. And the best way to break that habit is Saturdays are a mandatory rest day. The rules don't matter. None of the rules on Saturday are going to matter. Another one is late caffeine fix. As you all saw, I love Coke Zero, I love Sprite Zero. But after a certain point in the day, it gets a little bit too much. So the two things we're going to do is we're going to limit how much I have, and we're going to limit what time I can have it. So after 2:30 in the afternoon, no more caffeine, and no more than 48 ounces of of Coke Zero, and for every 8 ounces of that I have to have 16 extra ounces of plain water or water with electrolyte. The last one is passive eating or grazing. Now, of course, we're all guilty of this one. You know, you're cooking, you take a little nibble of this to test it out, you take a little nibble of that to test it out. Those little nibbles do turn into grazing, and before you know it, you're, well, how I was before I started all this. So those are the habits to break. The habits to build. Protein first, 250 grams per day. I think we're all very, we all have the habitual thing of where we will front load carbs and then think about protein, or front load fat and carbs and then do protein. So on this one, we're going to prioritize protein first. So we're going to do 16-8 fasting. 16-8 is going to mean that I'm going to be fasting from, I believe, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we're going to start straight with protein, and then we'll start introducing carbs and fats in. Or protein and fats, and then we introduce more carbs. But we are going to stay under a certain amount of carbs. Like I say, 250 is the minimum. I can have more than that of protein. 130 grams of carbs, and 100 of those have to come from complex carbs, rice, wheat bread, whole wheat bread, stuff like that, beans, stuff like that. Screen wind down time. So before bed, phones, tablets are going to go in this corner over this way instead of over that way near bed. That way we can keep, that way I'm not looking at anything. This little device right here, the Amazon device, it get turned away and only playing music. That way I'm not tempted to look at it. We'll put on some lo-fi or whatever, call it a night. And 1 minute form check. That's more or less just when you're between sets or between exercises. Think about what you're doing. Think about if you're doing the workout right. Think if you're doing the exercise right. Always be mindful of if you're doing it right or not, because that way you prevent injury. Now, let's go back to 90-day compliance. 90% daily compliance. So the rules are 2,450 calories per day, and this time I want to eat towards those, with of course the protein being first up. Meditation and journaling. This is one I really took from Gymshark 66, and we're going to carry this one over. We're just going to carry it over. 148 ounces of water. That's a minimum. It doesn't have to be just 148. It could be, you know, of course, I don't think we're going to get back to what we were doing this summer with 200, you know, sometimes almost 300 ounces of water, but we'll see. 11,750 intentional steps. Now, once again, you know, what are intentional steps? Intentional steps are steps that are, of course, intentional for walking. It's not me walking to the store, me walking to the mailbox, me walking down the street to see the neighbor. These are, I am literally leaving the house to take these steps to go walk or to go hike or to work out. Those are intentional steps. 60-minute wind down. That goes back to the 30 minutes before bed. Like I said, you could read a book, you could read a magazine, you could do anything else. You could, anything else that does not involve, if it involves a screen, the answer is no. So those are the first 5. Second 5, 30-second video in morning. Now, we remember what we did for 75 hard. We had to take a daily progress photo. I don't want to take a daily progress photo. I'd rather take a daily morning video like, hey, what's up? You know, and we can start all the videos out like that. Like, hey, this is what I'm looking like this morning, whatever. And it's pretty much a good way for me to hold myself accountable, you to hold me accountable. And maybe on show day or maybe on race day, I'll release a video of all of them together. No, we won't. Fuck that. 10-minute stretching. Once again, comes from Gymshark66. I loved it. I thought it was a good thing. I always felt better. I'm going to get back to doing it. Maybe we'll do some DDP yoga. We got to get back on that DDP yoga train. Shoulders back, chest out, folks. 2-minute cold shower, except Saturdays. Now, this is, of course, Sunday through Friday. I won't say it felt the best, but it did feel good. Not gonna lie. So, 2 minutes a day, cold shower. It can work after. I won't say go cold to hot, but you can go hot to cold and be fine. 1, proactive connection. So that's more or less reach out to somebody in a meaningful way every day. Reach out to someone. It doesn't have to be no one-word text or one-word phone calls or anything like that. Make it a meaningful one. Hey, I was just thinking of you. Hope you're good. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Hope everything's all right. Stuff like that. Don't just make it a one-word hi. No, you're trash for that. Last one. 5-minute end of day tidy. Now, this is going to be one that is more or less, we're, end of day, put the peanut butter away, put the bag of hot sauce away, make sure the bed is good, even though I'm about to get into it. Make sure the scale, my clothes are picked up, my stuff is put away. A tidy area means a clear mind. Your area looks like the way your mind is. So if your mind isn't clear, your space isn't going to be clear. So the biggest thing is keep your space clean, keep your mind clean. So that's it. That's all I got for you right now. We are going to launch this on a Sunday, the 17th of November, and this is going to run until, the 16th of November. This is going to run from the 16th of November to the 16th of December. We're going to take the rest of that week off, all of Christmas off, and then we'll get into Back to Fit. So Back to Fit will get its own video. This right here will not get a daily video. This will get a couple videos, but this will not get a daily video because, once again, we'll get into that on the Body for Life stuff. But this is going to be something that's going to be fun, cool. Almost out of this one, but we'll do immunity drops first. Now, let's get into what actually is going to happen and the two people that we're bringing into this. Chloe Ting probably needs no introduction. You probably seen some of her videos, 10-minute abs, 10-minute glute workout, 10-minute full body, God knows what I eat in a day with the pink pancakes that actually do look really good. This is more of a HIIT full body workout style thing, and this goes, I believe, 4 to 5 days a week that she does. And then we have Shawn Phillips. His brother is the Body for Life guy. He has what's called a base camp, and it's 12 days. The thing about it is, if we're more emphasizing the endurance, the HIIT workout, it fits in pretty perfectly. Now, because her workout's only 4 to 5 days a week, his only needs 2 days a week. It means I'm going to do 4 to 5 days a week of cardio, HIIT, and the other 2 days are going to be strength training. Now, it's supposed to be 12 days. We're going to stretch it out to 30. That's fine. And also, at some point, I will do the Strength for Life program as well. We'll see about that one. Anyway, if you want to join me, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too, but just watch the videos. Just watch them. Anyway, gonna get out of here. It's about time to go for a walk, even though it is snowing outside. I'll catch you when it's time to catch you again.